So what's a shakedown trip? Well, it's that first trip you take after you buy anything, a car, a boat, or in our case, an RV. Usually you wouldn't want to take this trip 1,000 miles from home because things probably will go wrong. But in our case, we drove from North Carolina to Missouri to purchase our used Ekko, so we had no choice. We turned in the rental car and headed to our first campsite in Cameron, Missouri. And that's where we'll start this episode. Well, good morning. How did we sleep? I'd love to say we slept. Let me get out of here. Hey, look, there's shadows everywhere. I'd love to say we slept like babies, but I guess we did kind of. We woke up several times. Had to wrestle with the covers and the bedding. We're going to repair that and kind of find a better solution. But this Wallace State Park is awesome. Look at this lake behind us here. Maggie just loves it, and you know what? We do too. It's a perfect little stop. First time camping in the Ekko.
And our first time camping in Missouri.
I know.
It's really pretty.
State parks are awesome, aren't they? It's a really good compromise between having a little bit of a hookup and a little bit of safety and a lot of nature. All right, go ahead, man. Modifying H2O. Remember, we said last night we didn't sleep as well because of the blankets. We're in Target. We're going to get better blankets for tonight, even if we have to return them. But we're not going to get anything girly, are we? I don't even know what girly is anymore. And says this might be considered girly, but it feels good. Feels good. Actually, is outrules everything as far as I'm concerned. See,
turn left.
It's pretty.
it's really pretty.
I stand by you when you're falling, when the river is calling. I said I love you forever. We can make it together. What goes up must come down. There's lots of friendly faces all around, and nothing's ever lifting me higher than a touch of your sweet desire. Well, we're all built in right. We just have to hold on through the night. As long as we are watching the fire, we'll be safe from the devil's choir.
So we've gone 3 nights without having to put water in the van. But it's time for me to completely drain the fresh water out of this van and to fill it and try to sanitize the water. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm sitting out here looking at things go by on the Mississippi River while I'm doing one of the van chores that, well, if you have any kind of van or RV at all, then you know this chore well. If you're going to drink from your tanks, those tanks have to be well taken care of, and you have to be careful about it. Otherwise, as my grandfather would say, you'll end up being able to crap through a screen door. Too much information. Now this is totally different from the way I had to do this in the Rebel. The Rebel, if you remember, I had to open up the back door and do that, and I was worried about water getting in the van and all. Here, that's not the case. This is perfect. Same system, a Nautilus system that allows us to power fill while we're filtering. And so that's an awesome thing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm filling up the tanks, and I'm just going to let them completely drain down here for a while. Okay, so now I've closed off all of these freshwater drain valves. I'm filling up the tank. We'll let it fill up, get all the way full, maybe even overflow a little bit, and then drain everything out again without water running, and then repeat this process 2 or 3 times, and I think these tanks will be safe to drink out of for a while.
So when Owen says that we'll be able to drink from the tanks, what that really means is that we will use the water from the tanks to fill up like a Berkey or something like that. But we would be able to brush our teeth and, you know, do stuff like that. So these are great state parks that we're stopping at, and this morning as we're driving out of the Trail of Tears State Park in Missouri, we're not doing them justice by staying just one night and sleeping and getting up and rolling, are we? But it's, you know, it's almost 90 degrees, so it would be hard to go hiking, and we definitely have to leave Maggie, so I think we're just going to head on to the next spot, which is Piney Campground in Tennessee. Wait a minute, you got what?
I got good news and bad news.
What's that?
Well, we came to Piney Campground instead of Piney Grove Campground. So I'm at the wrong campground. I'm not sure where Piney Grove is, but we're at Piney Campground. Almost 3 hours of driving today, and we're settled into our site, and it's a good one. On Kentucky Lake. Wow.
We're into the sea. Owen's up there doing a pedicure. You want to do the other foot?
Yeah. Usually you fuss at me because I'm sitting on the back porch and I leave my toenails there.
I know, this is a whole lot better just leaving them outside.
Better than doing that at home.
It is. Let me show you what these toes look like.
I don't think so. Quit. I'm putting my shoes back on.
I remember when we first started dating, he said...
You're not doing that now, are you? I'm editing the crap out of this.
When we first started dating, he told me that he had a toe that looked like a thumb.
That's a good foot right there. Look at that foot.
That's a good foot?
That's my...
Oh, crap.
That's my good foot right there.
What's the other foot look like if that's the good one?
It doesn't look as good. If you know us, you know that Lynn likes things to be level. In fact, I've got a video out there about using the Truma app and the little yellow or red blocks to get level when you go camping and you don't have the really fancy smancy leveling system on your van or RV. Well, with the Ekko, no big deal to level. Even in a situation like this where we tried to park sideways so we can enjoy the view of the lake, we were still able to get up on the blocks and get it relatively level. That sound you hear running back there, that's the generator on our Ekko. It has one of the quiet owning generators. And believe it or not, that's the model that we wanted. We want to have a generator. We went without one with our Rebel, and there were times that we missed it. We'll get into more detail about why we think it's a really good idea to have a good lithium setup and a generator in a future video. So one of my chores when we get to a campsite is to actually put up the front window shades. So prep space for cooking. It's not ideal, but I do like that
You can cover the sink, and you can have an area to prep. And also I'm using the top of the stove to do a lot of prepping too, so I like it. Don't have a chopping block. I guess I kind of do, but I don't want to use it. So I'm just using a plate.
Why do you not want to use it? I don't follow that logic. There's a chopping block on the back side of this. Talk about my toenails. Tonight we're going to do the one pot chicken cheese tortellini meal that we cooked back in Jekyll Island that so many of you like. One of our favorite meals that we prepare, and I think a really good one to be the first one in the Ekko. They're not exactly level. I'm trying to get oil on all of them. Turn the heat down just a little on the burner. If you look up cute in the dictionary, this might be what you see. What? What do you want? What is it you want? Oh, you want a piece of chicken? You do? Don't you jump up there. I'll give you a piece. Half a cup of heavy whipping cream. Let's dish out a good little bit of all of these ingredients. To that I'm going to add a little more cheese on top, a little more pepper, and some fresh cut parsley. First meal that we cooked in the Ekko. Let's see how we did. Awesome, here we go. You can taste the cheese in the ravioli, which is what we're using. Those tomatoes just add just a little bit of crunch. Man, it's the stuff. Hope you enjoyed if you make it, and if you do, send us a message on Facebook or email us at vantrekkingLifestyle@gmail.com. Let us know how you like it and how it worked out for you. And until we see you again, not around the griddle, but outside cooking at our Ekko, we hope you make something that makes you go happy dancing all the way inside to eat, just like me.
We really love the bathroom in the Ekko. We actually have a little sink, which we really miss, so we can at least brush our teeth and wash our hands in the bathroom. But the best thing about this is that it's a bathroom, or you can turn it in to a shower. It just turns around. And now the whole thing's a shower. Isn't that cool?
That is really cool.
And, I haven't used it yet, but shower curtain goes all the way around.
Lynn's taking her shower, and this is the well pump that was installed as one of the recalls to make sure the water exited the shower. Listen to this and you'll hear what it sounds like. Kind of sounds like Maggie panting a little bit, doesn't it? And We finished showering. Now it's back to being a bathroom.
What are you doing?
Taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. It's like crapping with a view right here. It's pretty cool.
I don't know if you're supposed to like.
And there's it smells like nature out here. It's cool. You don't have to worry about that. I like it. Get to talk to people when they walk by. It's just funny. A little guy didn't know what to think. Not a bad view to wake up this morning here at Kentucky Lake. Wow.
I might have to stay in this lane the whole time.
That's okay, sweetheart. So you were just saying it's actually bigger than the Rebel, but what were you saying?
It feels smaller driving it. I think it's because of the height and stuff. I don't know.
Lower to the ground?
Lower to the ground, yeah. That's a better way of putting it.
Made it to Chewy's. Way to go. I'm excited.
I am too.
Great lunch. Here we go.
Everything's fine. Wouldn't expect any more from this. The situation's in line with every story that I heard of the burning bliss, and I wait, trying to appreciate, and I wait, trying to evaluate. Was it something that I did? Was it something that I couldn't quite handle right? An invitation to a thrill, a growing comfort that somehow it will be alright. And I wait, trying to appreciate.
4 nights of sleeping and traveling and trying out all the systems in the Ekko. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, everything has worked flawlessly, and it's been a great experience, even better than I thought it would have been. It's got a lot more livable space on the inside, which was our biggest concern after our 3-month trip out west. So
This probably surprised some of you. For others, Becky and others that know us well, it didn't surprise you at all. We've been hinting about doing this now for over a year. And now we've pulled the trigger. I think it's been a joy so far. We may be square now, but square is a shape.
it is a shape.
I guess square is a state of mind, but if you're going to be a grandfather and a grandmother, it's okay to be square. It's okay.
It's hip to be square?
It's hip to be square. I think Huey Lewis and the News had a song about that.
It's hip to be square. It's hip to be square.
If you know who Huey Lewis and the News band is, then
You
you're
might be
probably
square
too. So, we're pretty happy with it so far.
Adventure comes in many shapes and forms, and driving out to Missouri and getting a new vehicle, RV, has been a big adventure for us. So I hope you will stay tuned and see how we use this Ekko, and I'm sure we'll give you a tour pretty soon of the inside. I know we've given you shots of the inside as we've tried out the different components of it, but we'll just give you a full tour pretty soon.
We love you guys being with us, and as Maggie would say,
Happy Tales.
Everything's fine. Wouldn't expect any more from this. The situation's in line with every story that I heard of the burning bliss, and I wait.